I make videos like this now. Cryptids! Cryptids! Come on, hey, everybody knows cryptids. Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, the Chupacabra. All these cryptids have one big thing in common. I'll give you a second to think. These cryptids are too well known. They're too well known. I don't like seeing them. They get too much love and recognition. So today, to give them a little bit of love, we're going to be going over a couple not as well-known cryptids. And when I say not as well-known cryptids, I see some videos out there and it's like, oh, these are some underrated cryptids. It's like the Goat Man or something. It's like everybody knows who that is, brother. Everybody knows who that is. These cryptids that I'm getting at today, I think maybe one or two might be sort of well-known, but some other ones on this list, I ain't never heard of in my life. And I'm like the cryptid guy. And I feel like the perfect cryptid to start with, some of you might know him. If you do know him, you love him. I'm talking about the squirrel.
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all.
Now, I know what you were probably thinking based off of the pictures, right? Little Xander, what the hell is this? You just started this video by saying that we're going to be doing underrated cryptids. Underrated means cool and awesome, not stupid and dumb, like whatever it is you're showing me right now at this instant. But hey, first of all, show a little decency. The squonk does not deserve your hatred, and I'm about to explain why. Let me tell you a sad story. Let me tell you a sad tale. Put in sad music in the background. The squonk, probably one of the ugliest cryptids. And I know I just said show some decency, but that's like its whole thing. Its whole thing is that it's like butt ugly. And I'm not trying to be mean. Squonk, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, brother, but we got to face the facts here. Its skin doesn't fit right, and it's got warts. About ugly as hell. And because it's ugly as hell, it spends most of its time crying in holes or whatever. And it cries so much that apparently, now this is just hearsay, word on the wind, is that the squonk can turn itself into a puddle of sludge. Tear sludge, mind you. Not just any run-of-the-mill sludge.
For the love of God! For the love of God! Please!
I bet you feel like a real arsehole for being mean to the, whatever it was called, the squonk. Yeah, I bet you feel terrible. Matter of fact, that's the Little Xander lesson of the day. Put it up on screen. Little Xander lesson of the day. Don't bully before you know, I don't know, the circumstances or whatever. Next cryptid. I'm done talking about the squonk. I give the squonk a 7 out of 10. I didn't know I was rating him. Squonk gets a 7 out of 10.
He poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto
1903. I don't know why I got closer to the camera for that. Van Meter, Iowa. Some folks in the town got a little spooked because apparently a big scary character just appeared and walked around. This big scary character in question was the Van Meter Visitor. The Van Meter Visitor is a big wing guy. He's got big wings and he apparently smells real bad. Doesn't smell too good. I wouldn't know, I wasn't there. If you're a big Van Meter Visitor fan, then I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult your goat. Another note that's kind of important, I guess, is that it fires light from its forehead. I don't know why. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Hey. Cool. Also, apparently it terrorized the townsfolk. I don't know what it did to terrorize them. I couldn't find any now to be fair, I didn't look too hard, but I couldn't find any accounts of people being terrorized, right? Like, oh, my wife cheated on me with the Van Meter Visitor, you know, and then he flew away and left. I couldn't find nothing like that. Granted, it was 1903, right? So people were walking around wearing barrels. So I highly doubt if a creature's walking around with some light coming out of its forehead that they're going to take too kindly to that. You know, I mean, they didn't even take too kindly to black people back then, let alone like pterodactyl guy. What I'm trying to get at is you wouldn't catch me being mean to the Van Meter Visitor. Hey, make it the My House Visitor and I'll show you a good time.
What do you mean by that?
Oh yeah, I forgot we're supposed to be rating the cryptids. I don't know. I give the Van Meter Visitor an 8 out of 10. I gave the squonk a 7 out of 10. How the hell am I going to give the Van Meter Visitor less than the squonk? Come on, I have standards. What do I look like? The more astute viewers might have noticed I'm in the jungle right now. It's because this next cryptid is the Mapinguari. It's a scary jungle guy from Brazil. Not as scary as Iowa, admittedly. The story begins with an Amazon shaman. He lived in the Amazon jungle. The Amazon jungle. He somehow figured out how to become immortal, which, you know, good for him. Except, not good for him because he made the gods really, really mad at him. And because of that, he got cursed. He got an evil curse put on him that made him big and hairy, and that's pretty much it. He just became big and hairy. Okay, maybe not just big and hairy. He also became like a monster or something. But I know a lot of big hairy monsters that aren't cryptids. And quite frankly, I don't really know how that's a curse. That'd be like if I got cursed to have my fingernails be slightly longer than they normally would be. It's like, I guess. Also, apparently the Mapinguari smells real bad, which I don't know why we had to point that out. I mean, every cryptid ever, they got to throw in there that it stinks, that it smells real bad. The squonk smelled bad. The Van Meter Visitor smelled bad, and now the Mapinguari smells bad. No, I don't actually remember ever saying anything about the squonk smelling bad, but, you know, look at it. Come on. Anyway, enough about the Mapinguari's odor. We need to talk about what it looks like. Apparently, people don't agree on what it looks like, so we got a couple different descriptions. Great. Some people say it looks like a big ape, right? Come on, the classic. Some people say it looks like a big sloth, specifically the old Ice Age sloths, the big ones. And some people say it looks like whatever the hell this is supposed to be. What is this? This makes me mad, brother. You can't just throw shit together and be like, this is my cryptid. You can't do that. We got standards, you know, it gets to a point. Listen, I know we already talked about it smelling bad, and I don't mean to harp on the subject, but apparently its belly in specific stinks worse than the rest of it, I guess. Its big belly. Why? I don't know. I don't like this cryptid. I was going to take it out of the video, but I was too lazy to remove it from the script, so I guess we're just keeping it in. Big day for the two Mapinguari fans. 1968, Fairmont, West Virginia, right? Jennings Frederick was out hunting in the middle of the day, afternoon, night. Beats the hell out of me because I don't remember seeing a time specified, so this could have been at any point during the day. I would assume it's during the day. Who the hell hunts at night? Unless you're hunting like coyotes or something. Not the point. The point is he was hunting because he lives in West Virginia, and in West Virginia, you can either hunt for fun or overdose and die on heroin. Those are your two options. I don't like it no more than you do. Sorry. Anyway, he was hunting, doing his thing, but then he hears a strange noise, right? He hears an odd little jibber jabber coming from the woods, and he thinks to himself, he's like, what the hell? And so he looks around and he notes that the sound sounds like a sped up record player. And he's like, well, that's probably not supposed to happen. And so he starts investigating, as you would. I wouldn't, because look at my skin color. I'm not white enough to investigate something like that. Anyway, he finds this cryptid guy lying on the ground, right? He walks over, he finds this guy laying on the ground. Scary looking character. Just like the Van Meter Visitor. Even scarier character, though. I would be more scared if I saw this guy, because this guy doesn't sound as chill as the Van Meter Visitor does. Just a weak, skinny, pale guy on the ground, and he looks up. He looks up at Jennings. And he says,
You need not fear me. I wish to communicate. I am as a friend. We know of you all. I am in peace. I wish medical assistance. I need your help.
Right after he said that, the Veggie Man... Did I mention that this cryptid was the Veggie Man? I completely forgot to mention. This cryptid is the Veggie Man, by the way. Oops, completely slipped my mind. Anyway, the Veggie Man hops onto Jennings and just wraps his arms around him, pierces him with its thorn claws, and then starts sucking his blood out and healing himself, because I guess he's injured or whatever. And first of all, one little note from me. Anyway, while the Veggie Man's sucking this guy's blood out with his thorns, he looks up into the Veggie Man's eyes, and he notices that they're flashing different colors. Why? Really, I have no idea. These stories just keep adding in weird details. Veggie Man with his flashing eyes, Mappengore's belly stinks. The Van Meter visitor flashes some light from his head. We're just saying whatever the hell we want at this point. Just saying shit. Anyway, so the Veggie Man hops off of Jennings and runs up a hill. And then he hears a strange whirring sound, I guess. And he said that it was probably its ship taking off. Which... What an assumption to make. Could have been his like Toyota driving away. It could have been like his scooter starting up, you know, his Razor scooter driving away, hitting his ankles, right? But no, it was a ship. This makes me think, and this is my Little Xander conspiracy theory. My copyrighted Little Xander conspiracy theory. You're not allowed to say this elsewhere. Don't tell this to your friends. I think that Jennings is full of some horse shit. I don't think he knows what he's talking about at all. Quite frankly. Sorry, Jennings. I'm on to you. And I think you're telling a big lie. But that doesn't make the Veggie Man any less cool. And also, I never hear anybody talk about it. So, draw fan art of the Veggie Man and put it on Twitter. Preferably, make it cool. Or don't. That's up to you. Next cryptid. That's the end of the story, by the way. Oh, wait. We're supposed to rate it. Did I rate the Mappengory? I rate the Mappengory a 2, 3. I rate the Mappengory a 3. And I rate the, whatever the hell, Veggie Man. I rate that guy an 8. It would be a 9. If he was actually real, like the other 3 were. But he's not.
This match will get red hot.
Now, this cryptid is actually one of my favorites from this video, because I really never hear anybody talk about this one, ever. Like, I've never even heard anybody mutter this cryptid's name, which is probably because it only has like one sighting. And most cryptids, you know, you see like a Bigfoot or something, and then the next thing you know, like 40 fat women from the sticks come out and they're like, oh, I saw that behind my trailer. It's like, okay, well, one of you has got to be lying. I don't know who. One of you is lying. But the Dice Devil of Eklund County, he's got one single thing. He's got one single whatever. He's got one single whatever the hell. I don't know. Sighting. I forgot the word sighting for a few seconds. Forgive me. September 3rd, 1989. Eklund County, Arkansas. 3 teenage boys. 13-year-old... Wait. All right, it says 3 teenage boys, but I'm seeing 15-year-old Burrell, 13-year-old Davis, and 16-year-old Willis and Robert. That's 4, right? That's 4. Burrell, Davis, Willis, and Robert. That's 4. I know how to count. Is his name Willis and Robert? Like Willison? Because it says here, Willis and, like the conjunction. 4 boys. I'm gonna say that there were 4 boys. I know I didn't write this wrong. 4 boys. Anyway, I don't give a rotten fuck how many boys there were. The point of the story is that they were having fun in their house. You know, it was 1989, so they were probably like, I don't know, listening to Kiss or Guns N' Roses or something. When all of a sudden they heard a big old boom from their from the woods outside their house. Now these are some hillbilly boys, you know, some country boys, and so they know what a gunshot sounds like, and this ain't no gunshot. And so they look out their window, and what do they see? A big orange light coming from the woods. So they get a shotgun, and they go to investigate. They go to investigate this scary phenomena. Anyway, they follow their noses into the woods for this orange light, and what do they find? A guy wearing a suit with black hair and a black mustache, horns coming out of his forehead, and red skin. Either they came across a Tumblr sexy man, a has-been hotel character, or the devil himself. Either way, I'm leaving. I ain't sticking around. I'm kicking rocks the other direction. But I guess that these 4 boys ain't me, because they stuck their ass around. And I'm about to tell you what happened, so brace yourselves. It's kind of exciting, I guess. Anyway, this character walks over, the Dice Devil, I should say his name. The Dice Devil walks over to these boys, and without moving his mouth at all, telepathically speaks to them, all 4 boys at once. And he asks them, and this is the scariest part, he says, in a European accent,
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's the nearest, like, town that I can get to?
And hearing this, what are you going to do? Tell the man no? Come on. So they say, hey, the nearest town is that way. Go that way. Right? I would probably say the same thing. Brother's like, thank you. And he gives them a little carved stone dice. And then he, I don't know, fucks off wherever they told him to go. Did he actually go there? I don't know. I'm not him. Anyway, so these boys look down at this funny little carved dice, and they realize it's got some ancient runes. It's got some ancient runes on it, as well as some numbers. But before they can look up to ask the dice man what the hell this is, he's gone. And he is just not found anywhere. So they run back home and hide, and that's it. I'll put a picture of the dice up on screen if I can find it. I probably won't be able to. You know why? Because I call bull honky. I say this is a bunch of baloney. Because you can't tell me that 4 teenage boys are gonna tell the truth. They were home alone. Come on. Come on. I'm not even trying to sound like a cynic, but I don't believe a word of this, right? Because I mean, credit where credit's due. It definitely is more unique than like a Bigfoot. They could have just been like, we saw a big hairy guy and it ran away. But they went through the effort of making their own has-been hotel OC. So I give the Dice Man a 9 out of 10 for being cool as hell. I know it's fake, but if it's not fake and the Dice Man's watching this video, hey, you know where to find me, probably. Apparently, after they got the dice, a bunch of people in their family just started dying, and they blamed it on the dice, because apparently the dice was, like, cursed. Now, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't think that a bunch of tragedies strung together in a short period of time in my life wasn't blamed on the accursed dice that the devil himself gave me. But I feel like we're jumping to conclusions a little bit too soon here. Come on. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for this. I haven't uploaded in months. And I decided, hey, I got a green screen, I got a camera, I got a microphone, and I sure do got a big head of hair. I might as well do something with it. The era of Let's Plays is over. That doesn't mean that Richard won't be in any more videos, though.